This is the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
From 98.1 CHFI Studios in Toronto, Canada.
Hey Toronto, this is Ed Sheeran.
This is Kelly Clarkson.
Hi, this is Bryan Adams.
This is Adele.
This is Madonna.
It's Michael Bublé, and you're listening to the Pooja and Gurdeep Show. It's fun. They're amazing.
Well, this is a sneaky one they put in there on a Monday. It's a National Boss/Employee Exchange Day. It's very specific. I feel like maybe this was invented by like some disgruntled employee or something.
What are we exchanging exactly?
I think jobs. I think roles for the day. It's like, live a day in someone else's shoes kind of thing. It's celebrated today, and it's a day for bosses and employees to basically switch places to get a sense of the other person's response.
Yes.
Which, in theory, I agree with this. I think you don't really appreciate someone's role unless, you've done it.
Yeah, you don't really know what anybody does until you actually sit there and do it day in and day out. So it's hard to sometimes even have a judgment of what somebody does. So this is the day that you go up to your boss and you go, hey, Want to trade places with me today?
And listen, we don't actually suggest you try this because you're like, Pooja and Gurdeep said, and they'll be like, yeah, there's the door.
Yeah.
But in theory, this is a sort of a good thought exercise. Like, I've never been a boss, so I don't know what it's like to sort of have managerial control. I don't think I'd ever want it.
Probably for the best.
Yeah, I agree.
Somebody would just make a Seinfeld reference, and then the whole meeting, everything would just go off course, and then you would just be talking about Seinfeld and Family Guy.
There'd be a lot of me putting my feet up on the desk. It just would not be a good look. I think I have a lot of skills. I don't think people managing is one of them.
Yeah,
I don't think I'm a people manager.
The closest I ever got to being a boss was I worked in retail, and I was the third key.
The third key?
Yeah. I wasn't the first person with the key. I wasn't the second person with the key. I was the third person with the key.
That's not very close to a boss. This is like third in line to the throne. You're basically like the Prince Harry of bosses.
I had some responsibilities. I got to boss some people around, and I didn't like it.
Third key. Is that like what your name tag said?
Well, the way you're laughing at me is the way the employees laughed at me when I tried to tell them to do something. They're like, ha, you're just the third key. I'll listen to you. Got no respect.
Like if this person doesn't show up, the other person calls in sick, and then that guy doesn't want to do it, we're coming to you.
Yeah, you know what? Walk a day in a third key shoe, and then we'll talk.
From CHFI Studios,
It's the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
And now, another Pooja Masterclass from TikTok University.
Oh,
How studious.
yes. Continuing my studies at TikTok University, getting my master's.
Lifelong learner.
Yeah. It's taking me a while to get my master's because it's hard to master TikTok.
In fairness, you're doing it online. It's tougher when you're not in person.
Yeah, because you have to have focus. Mm-hmm. You can't just go eat a sandwich whenever you feel like it, like I do. This is what I've learned in TikTok University, that there is a hack to get more juice out of your lemons.
Is that a metaphor?
No. Just like you never want to waste your lemon. Doesn't it ever happen to you?
You're talking about actual lemons.
Actual lemons.
I don't think anyone's ever referred to getting more juice out of the lemons about actual lemons. That's always used as an analogy for something else.
Right. No, I'm talking about your actual lemons.
Oh.
And we know how expensive groceries are, so you want to get the most juice possible out of said lemon.
Does it just have stronger hands?
No. So what you do is you take your lemon and you pop it in the microwave for 20 seconds.
Hot lemon.
Hot lemon. Yum. Okay.
Put a lemon in the microwave for 20 seconds.
20 seconds. And then the heat, it breaks down the cell walls, and then it just makes it easier to squeeze out the juice. So you get double the amount of juice that you would get if you didn't microwave it. Ha.
So you microwave it as a whole lemon.
Yeah.
20 seconds, take it out, and then you can cut it and squeeze it.
Yes.
Because if I'm making like a drink that requires like a lemon slice, I don't know if I want a hot lemon in my tequila soda.
No, I mean, in that case, you're just like peeling off a piece of the lemon or cut it in half and then, like make your wedge. Anyway, you're getting too complicated. All you got to do.
I'm getting too complicated?
Yeah.
The cell walls?
Haven't you ever looked at a lemon that, is half used and you just think, oh, I can't get enough juice out of this. Now I got to throw it out.
Honestly, I've never put this much thought into my lemons.
You are obviously not getting your alkaline balance in your lemon water.
All right, I'll have to give this a try. Everyone's microwaves are different, though, so I don't know. Is this going to explode on me? Is this a joke?
No, and is it going to be too hot to... Okay, be careful when you do this, because this is the thing at TikTok University. They don't give you all of the disclaimers. I will. Just be careful when you're handling it, because it's 20 seconds in the microwave.
I get scared when you do the science.
The Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
From 98.1 CHFI.
What's your kitchen hack? Everybody has them. It makes your life a little bit easier in the kitchen. Maybe you didn't go to TikTok University like I did. Maybe you're not getting your master's, and yet you still have hacks that you can share. I just shared a great one.
Yeah, yours were very solid, and they involved lemon and garlic and all kinds of different stuff.
Yeah, this one is just take your lemon, put it in the microwave for 20 seconds. You'll get double the juice out of the lemon.
Yeah, I mean, I love that very much. I don't know if mine qualifies as a hack. It's when you're eating peanut butter, just use a spoon so you can eat it right out of the jar. You don't mess up a bowl.
Wow, that's okay.
Or a plate.
I can see how it
No
makes...
dishes. Hashtag no dishes.
Yes, that would make your life easier. You're following the instructions, but I'm looking for other kitchen hacks. Let's go to Ed in Toronto. What's yours?
Here's a little hint that, I don't know, maybe people know it. It was given to me years ago. You know how the brown sugar turns to like Fred Flintstone boulders?
Yes.
So you put what you want in a in a bowl, and then you put a cup of water in the microwave with the two and nuke it for a minute. It comes out like golden sand.
What?
Wow, I didn't know that.
Hold on.
Yeah,
So
I'm stunned. Every time I do it, I'm just there, okay, then when I open the microwave in there, it's not going to work. But it does each time.
Ed, thanks so much for the call. Okay, well, I'm just trying to make sure I understand this. So brown sugar gets super hard and clumpy. We know that.
Yep.
So you're putting this in a bowl in the microwave, and then are you adding water to that bowl or
No.
a separate bowl with water?
In a separate bowl with water. And then I
Okay.
guess once it heats up, all of the moisture from that water is going to now soften
That's amazing.
your brown sugar. You know what I do? I just take like the end of my bread, like when you get a loaf of bread, you get the ends that often people don't eat. I throw that into my jar, and then the brown sugar stays nice and soft, and you just keep replacing it as you replace your bread.
All the moisture from the bread. That's
Yeah.
wild. But does it come out like golden sand the way Ed described it? I mean, golden sand. That's how I want my brown sugar.
I've never described it that way, but I'll go home and check and report back.
Brown sugar and golden sand, both nicknames for me in high school, by the way.
All right, let's find out more about your kitchen hacks. Let's go to Kim in Richmond Hill. What's yours?
So on the spirit of lemon still, if the microwave ever gets dirty, like, sprayed with, I don't know, chili, spaghetti sauce, whatever, and it's not cleaned right away, I put in a hunk of the lemon in a water in a microwavable bowl, and I'll run it for like 2 or 3 minutes, and then I take it out, and then everything just wipes right off.
No way.
Oh, like all that hard stuck on stuff?
Wow.
Amazing. Yep.
I'm trying that, Kim. Thank
That's
you.
amazing.
Yeah, no, and then with the lemon that you've just heated up, I put it down my carburetor, and it makes the kitchen smell like lemon.
Oh, that's amazing. I wonder if this works in the oven, too, because the oven gets like really hard
Yeah.
stuck on stuff, too.
I haven't tried that one, but I'll let you try that one and let me know.
I'll report back. Kim, thanks for the call.
Thanks so much.
No worries. Have a good day.
From CHFI Studios,
It's the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
All right, something happened to me this morning as I was driving in. I was listening to the news. I was listening to the sports.
Oh,
Getting a
the
little
sports.
recap.
The fact that you call it the sports tells me
sports.
you're a big fan.
Found out that there's a baseball player who has an injury.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of just saying they had an injured finger, I found out they had a finger contusion.
That's right.
Okay. And I'm like, finger contusion? What does that even mean?
It's
And
like ruptured capillaries. It's like a bruised finger.
how do you know that?
Well, I'm a sports fan.
Oh, you watch.
I follow the sports.
You watch and you listen to the sports.
Yes.
Totally makes sense. Okay, well, for me, that's overly complicating something. Just tell me he's injured. As a player, he's got a finger injury. That's all I need to know. I don't need to know that it's a finger contusion. And by the way, nobody walks around saying, oh, you know what? I have a finger contusion. I can't come into work today.
I mean, doctors probably do, and sports guys.
maybe.
But listen, I'm with you. You and I did news for many years, and there were that's just the tip of the iceberg. There were so many terms where, as we're saying them, we're like, why are we talking like this? Nobody
Yes.
talks like this.
Yes.
I mean, Eva, you do news all the time. Are there a lot of these terms, these news phrases that you're like, what? Why do we say these?
Yes. And I'm sure we've all three of us been guilty of saying these at one point, right? So one that I don't like at all is saying blaze for fire.
Yes.
Right? It's a spectacular blaze.
Nobody says that.
Nobody
It's
says
not
blaze.
spectacular because it's also like detrimental to many people. And no one says blaze.
No, it's a fire.
That reminds me of when people say fully engulfed as well.
Yeah.
Fully
Right?
engulfed in flames. Isn't that redundant?
It is
Yes,
redundant.
it is. It is.
But also, nobody's ever said, oh my gosh, that house is fully engulfed. They're like, that house is on fire.
Yes.
Guys, I spotted a blaze in the distance. No.
Oh my.
Nobody says that. Okay, what else?
Well, we've gotten into an altercation. I don't like altercation.
There was some type of
It was a fight.
altercation.
Yeah, there was
It
an
was
altercation.
with an assailant.
Yes, with the assailant. I had an
assailant.
assailant here too. That's my other one I don't like.
Can I-
But yeah, like you had a fight. These two got in a fight.
Yeah.
And you know what the assailant did after the altercation? He fled on foot from the scene.
He
No,
fled.
Come on, man. Who fleds on feet?
And on foot, because how else do you flee? How else do you flee from a scene?
Oh my gosh. This person stole my bag and then they fled on foot. You don't say that to your friends. You would never speak that way.
Can I tell you one that you're guilty of, Pooj, that you've carried over from our news days into your everyday speak, and now you think it's normal, but you're the only one who says it?
Okay.
When it rains a lot, and there's certain parts of the Gardner that fill up with rain, Pooja says ponding and pooling all the time in everyday speak. I'm like, nobody says ponding and pooling
I
in
say
real life.
Do you say that?
Pooling is legit.
No, you two are both weird.
That's really good. That's very traffic reporter speak.
Yeah,
We always
you
say
got- what do you-
ponding
what
and
do you guys,
pooling.
Traffic reporters in your everyday life?
Guys, you obviously have never been in a situation where it was ponding and pooling and
I
then your
wait.
car hydroplanes.
Yes, I wait for it to rain. I'm like, oh my God, there's so much ponding and pooling outside right
Yes.
You guys are lame.
People say
You're
that.
never coming to a party.
Someone's going to call us and say that they've said all these words in their
True.
everyday life, and then
True.
we'll just be proven incorrect.
Okay, Eva, here's what I want you to do. I'm going to give you a new speak sentence, and I want
Okay.
you to translate it to regular English for me, okay?
Oh, okay.
You ready? Okay, here it is. Authorities report that the assailant fled on foot after abandoning the vehicle, which was fully engulfed in flames.
Say that again.
Authorities report the assailant fled on foot after abandoning the vehicle, which was fully engulfed.
Okay, so this bad guy ran away from a car that was on fire.
Thank you. Thank you.
Keeping it real, Eva.
The Pooja and Gurdeep Podcast.
This is the Pooja and Gurdeep Podcast.
So many of us over the weekend, maybe, streaming your favorite movie, some of your favorite shows. And when you hear this sound, we all know it. It's the Netflix opening, right? And I thought to myself, it's one of those things you hear that sound and you immediately associate it with Netflix. Everybody knows. And so then I thought, well, are there other sounds? Are there other sounds that maybe remind us of things and we're not even aware until you actually hear the sounds?
That's the mark of good audio branding.
So I thought, why not put you to the test when it comes to these audio signature sounds and see
okay.
how you do?
So it's the 500 episodes, so you're testing me extra?
Yeah, just more.
Great.
Just more testing.
Okay, sure.
To see how you'll do.
Let's do it.
Maybe you won't be as good at this, and it's all the way back to the 90s.
Okay, that's my decade.
It is?
Let's do
Okay.
it.
All right. Here we go. First one. This company sound signature played in theaters before a film.
THX?
Yes! Wow. Ding yourself.
Digging myself.
Ding yourself.
We had a small staff here.
Wow. Okay. You knew that one.
THX.
Like,
yeah.
I know the sound, but I don't know that I would have said THX.
You're
Look at
surprised
you.
that I know something and you don't?
Of course. Okay, Here we go. This is not going well for me. Here we go. The sound was heard before what game when you booted up your Game Boy?
Mario Brothers?
Oh, no. It's Tetris.
Oh, Tetris. Sounds like a coin when Mario gets a coin.
Yeah. Okay. All right. This company's sound signature spawned a rom-com. What was the company name?
Welcome.
AOL.
Yes. Yes. And it's not because you know AOL. It's because you know your rom-coms.
You've got mail.
Yes. At the end of the show, you would hear this company's sound signature. Here it is.
At the end of a show, right? Mm-hmm. 20th Century Fox? Miller Boyette production? Oh,
I want the show. What was a show you're watching, and then you would hear this?
Oh, sorry. Simpsons?
Yes! Oh, wow. I am shocked at how good you are at this game. Okay. While not a brand signature, this sound features your favorite actor from what movie?
It's Leonardo DiCaprio, Titanic. I'm the king of the world! When he's hanging out with Fabrizio on the top of Fabrizio, like, Leo, why do you have to make it the movie?
Oh, my gosh. That's too much. That's too much. You know too much.
Leo, why do you have to draw the girl?
When do you do this? When do you actually repeat this out loud in your life?
Now. I knew I would have to recall this for this moment.
For this moment. All right, here's the last one. This company's sound signature is a true classic. It's been updated a few times over the years.
It's a company?
Mm-hmm.
It's Disney.
Yes. Oh, my gosh. Wow.
5 out of 6?
5 out of 6.
That's not bad. I missed one. It's going to keep me up tonight.
From CHFI Studios,
It's the Pooja and Gurdeep Podcast.
Do you ever wonder what your dog is trying to say to you? They're trying to, maybe it's a look or a sound they make. Or do you also wonder what they do when you leave the house? We got a very disturbing answer from Stef's dog, Koda. So, Steph, tell us what happened.
Okay, so we have a camera in our house, and I'm like, oh, I'm just going to go look and see what's happening because we had gone to St. Jacob's Market, and I'm like, let me just see what he's doing. And at the beginning of the video, this is what I hear coming from my house. I don't see anything. It's just an empty room. And I literally was about to call like a priest or like a witch doctor or something to like sage my house because I'm like, there's a demon in my house. Because I've never heard my dog do that ever. He's half husky, half Pomeranian, but he's a big suck and he like wants your attention. So he whimpers and he cries a lot. I've never heard him.
That is guttural.
Attempt to like howl because I believe that's his attempt to howl. I've heard it a couple more times.
He's still a puppy.
Yeah, he's like 10 months.
Okay.
Wow.
So I don't know about you, but let's hear it again.
And so it's funny because
is that Koda bleep blooping?
That's Koda trying to win
It could
Shania
be.
tickets. I think he was doing up.
Yeah,
it sounds legit like he's whale watching.
he is. Yeah, and I thought it was like a goose or like a moose as well because he only does it once. It's not like it continues while we're gone. It's literally once at the beginning of each video, right when we leave.
Okay, hold on. Let me hear it again. Did this coincide with the time that you looked at the Halloween decorations that you thought were up
When
too
we
early?
went
and
for a
it-
walk.
Up too early?
Yeah,
Yes.
and now this is what's
He's
bugging
also
Koda?
upset.
Yes.
What's bugging Codsy? Or did this happen to happen during the presidential debate? Was this when Trump was talking about the disturbing thing he was talking about with animals? Yeah, and Koda's not happy about it. Or that's how disappointed Koda was when he found out the O was for Oreos.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
That's what I sounded
Yeah.
like when I found that out.
I think we're getting to the bottom of nothing here. But, maybe you have an idea of what you think Koda is trying to say.
Yeah, give us a call. What is Koda trying to say? And really, it's wrong answers only we're looking for. What is Koda trying to say? 416-872-CHFI. One more time.
The Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
From 98.1 CHFI.
Okay, so we got this great audio of Steph's puppy, Koda. When Steph left the house, this is what Koda started doing.
See, he even broke the machine to play it back.
We're asking you, what is Koda trying to say? Wrong answers only. Dog people, what is Koda trying to say? Let's go to Jacqueline and Aurora.
Well, my dog keeps looking at the radio and I think he's saying, let me out.
So maybe it's a mating call.
Oh, hold on. Has Koda been neutered?
Not yet.
Oh, I think we
that's
just
why.
figured it out together. Codesy's.
Yeah,
It's
it's
Friday
mating.
night, guys.
He's getting to pick up all the witches and warlocks for Halloween.
I guess we should get the details of Jacqueline's dog. If this is going to be a thing.
Oh, is Koda going to get coupled up before me?
Probably.
I love love. Always trying
You're
to.
setting up Koda and
I'm
you still haven't set
setting
me up?
Yes.
Wow.
Also on the text line, Koda is getting ready to be a Leafs fan. That noise will come out a lot in the playoffs.
I like that. I don't know if it's happy or sad, but maybe both.
So we are asking you, what is producer Steph's dog, Koda, who's a puppy, trying to say? This is what happened after producer Steph left the house.
That was picked up on Steph's security cam. Angie from Toronto. What is Koda trying to say?
I think maybe he's probably saying party time.
So you think it's like, oh, mom's out of the house.
Yes,
I'm calling over
let's
all my
party.
dog friends. We's about to get wild.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's kind of like a
Yeah. Woo.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'm glad we're all in agreement on that one.
Yes.
Okay.
Thanks, Angie.
Okay, not a problem, guys. Have a great day.
We just got a terrific text, Pooh. Do you want to read it?
No, you read it.
Okay, Kevin Senra texted in to say, I think Koda's trying to say bike lock key.
Bike lock key. Yes. What does that have to do with anything?
Exactly the same. Yeah. Right? And then we have Pooja.
Bike lock key.
Does Koda have headgear on as well? Retainer?
no, he
No?
just- no.
Oh, okay.
Guys,
All
this
right.
is like trying to put two things together that don't go together. But thank you, Kevin Senra. We do appreciate the call back to bike lock key. That's wonderful.
Okay, and help us solve this mystery, dog people. Steph left the house. She checked her security cam, and this is what she found her puppy Koda doing. What is Koda trying to say, Pooch?
Yeah, Nikki from Hamilton saying, I think he's trying to channel his ancestors.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's possible.
Okay.
He's doing a little seance. It's
possible.
At Steph's place. That's great. Laura in Oshawa, what do you think, Steph, what do you think Koda's trying to say?
Koda sounds like they're trying to communicate with the sand people on Tatooine.
What now?
Sand people on where?
Tatooine from Star Wars.
Oh, that one went over my head.
Yeah. Can you tell we don't know Star Wars?
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that what it sounds like?
To me, yes.
Okay.
Nice. Okay, now I have to Google it.
Now he's a Star Wars fan.
Yeah.
Now I know what to dress him up for
I
Halloween.
can't imitate it.
He's going to be Yoda.
Right.
Yeah.
R2D2 and stuff.
Or Chewbacca.
Chewbacca. I got nothing.
You're just naming Star Wars characters?
Well, I got nothing. I don't know what to say. I've never seen it. Yeah. Lightsabers.
Laura, good guess. We're going to go Google it just to confirm that your guess sounds like Koda, but we appreciate the call.
Okay, thank you.
I'm not often at a loss for words, but I don't know Star Wars.
Poor Laura. She was trying to say Tatooine, which I guess is the sand people from Star Wars, as
Sure.
we are Googling.
We have a clip of it. You want to hear it?
Okay, yeah. What does it sound like?
A little more aggressive, but very close.
It's like
Very
aggressive
close.
Koda, but also eating something or someone.
Wow. Laura from
dear.
Oshawa, you nailed it.
I still think that it's mating season and Koda's having a time.
This is the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast. The Pooja and Gurdeep Show presents.
You're doing it wrong.
Oh, dear.
It's been a while since I've told you you're doing it wrong.
I mean, on air. Tell me I'm doing things wrong all the time in my life. You'll just text me like, you're doing it wrong. I'm like, you don't even know what I'm doing.
Does it reverberate the same way that intro does when it's like wrong, wrong,
Gonna
wrong?
try it again?
You're doing it wrong, 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 wrong. Okay, this is what you're doing wrong when it comes to storing your cheese. Let me ask you, okay, because you know I love me a good cheese board.
Oh,
Every
gosh,
Friday,
yes.
I do a cheese board, a little wine and cheese with my
A little
husband.
fromage? Delicious.
So if you're somebody who loves your cheese, how do you store it?
In my mouth.
That's how you consume it. How do you store it?
Oh, man. Why do I feel like no matter what I say, you're going to tell me it's wrong?
That's the point.
It's like a trick question.
We created this so that I could be right about something for once and you could be wrong.
You know what? I know this can't be wrong because I'll tell you where I store it. I store it in my fridge in the drawer that has a picture of cheese on the outside of the drawer. The drawer was born for cheese. It was
Okay.
made for cheese.
Okay, that part you're doing right in terms
Yes.
of where you're storing it.
I'm going to ding myself.
But how do you store it? Like, what is it? It comes in a package, and then what do? You just like wrap up the package, you put a rubber band around it. What do you do?
Yeah, like after I've opened it and cut off a little
Yeah.
bit or whatever. Yeah, I fold it back on itself, like the whatever's in it, the plastic, and then I'll throw a nice thick rubber band, maybe a double rubber band on it.
I was
double
kidding.
rubber band.
I was kidding about the rubber band.
Oh no,
but you do.
You got to rubber band it.
Right, to keep all the air inside.
Yeah, or sometimes I'll even put it in like if the rubber band's not doing the trick, I'll put it in like a Ziploc, like
okay.
press out all the
you double
air.
bag it.
Yeah.
Okay, you're doing it wrong. Yes, you're doing it wrong. So this expert, she's a chef on TikTok, so you know that
Great.
it's legit.
Sounds super legit. Yeah.
She says what you should be doing is as soon as you get cheese of any kind, take it out of the wrapper, the original wrapper that it comes in, because they say that becomes a breeding place for mold. It actually traps moisture. It's actually not good.
You got to
for the
aerate
cheese.
your cheese. Do I put it in a decanter as well?
No, don't do that. Take it out and then put it in cheese paper. Now,
Cheese paper?
Yes, you can get cheese paper. I didn't even know this was a thing. Let's say you don't want to spend the money on cheese paper. You're like, that's a step too far. Baking parchment paper will also do the trick. And if you store it and wrap it up in that paper versus plastic or a Ziploc bag or any of those things, your cheese will last longer. It won't be as moldy.
Okay, so you wrap it in parchment paper and then put a rubber band on it.
Sure.
So
Stick with your rubber
Okay,
bands.
so I wasn't totally doing it wrong. I was kind of doing it right with the rubber bands,
Yeah.
just the wrong wrapping.
Let's just, for the sake of this segment, you're doing it wrong. Yeah, and everyone else. So now you know when you get your cheese, as soon as you get it, if you want it to last longer, which who doesn't want their cheese to last longer,
Yeah,
take it
okay.
out of the plastic, put it in some parchment paper, wrap it up, put that in the fridge.
I guess when you go to like really nice places, they typically give it to you in some type of parchmenty type wrap. So I
Yes.
guess I understand that.
Yes.
And you know what? I will stand down on this one. I'll parchment my cheese.
Okay, and then store it in your mouth later.
From CHFI Studios,
It's the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
Arnold is back again, unstoppable, my friend. CHFI, feel the vibe, Toronto, come alive.
Oh, wow. I can't believe this. Arnold Schwarzenegger is back here in studio. I guess you just love our show so much. But why are you here, Arnold?
You know, I'd like to point out every time I come by, your co-host is not here. He's a girly man, and he's not here, but I'm here because it's Talk Like a Pirate Day. It's one of my favorite days on the calendar.
Oh, I didn't realize that. You just wanted to come and talk like a pirate?
You know, I like the short catchphrases with the impact. I've predicated my entire career on it.
Really?
I'll be back.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Get to the chopper.
I just didn't realize there was a whole connection to like pirates, though. I didn't know that was a thing.
That's right.
So, did you ever have any experience as a pirate, as an actor?
You know, many of my fans may not know this, a little behind the scenes. I actually auditioned for the role of Captain Jack Sparrow in Pirates of the Caribbean.
No,
I wanted
didn't.
to make it Pirates of California, you know, but I was governor, but they wanted to make it Pirates of the Caribbean, and they gave it to some guy named Johnny.
So, what was your audition like?
Oh, my audition was great. I did a self-tape. And I said things like, "Shiva me timbers."
Oh, amazing. Okay, you sound just like Captain Jack Sparrow, actually. Why don't I give you some pirate lines and let's see how that goes.
Okay, and if you don't do a good job, Arnold's going to make you walk the plank, Pooja.
Oh, okay. Oh, see, you're already starting. Okay, yeah, so try ahoy, me hearties.
Ahoy, me hearties.
How about an aye, aye, Captain? Oh, what about yo ho ho and a bottle of rum?
Yo ho and a bottle of Austrian rum.
Could you just give me a yar?
Yeah. Ani struggles with the one word once.
Try it again.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Arnold, I mean, thank you for stopping by. You always make time for us. We really appreciate it. You should also know, though, it's also Meow Like a Cat Day. So, I mean, I'm just throwing it out there. You're very good at the pirate, but what about meowing like a cat?
Ani has no limits. Is Meow Like a Cat Day?
Mm-hmm.
Meow.
Thanks for listening to the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
Listen to Pooja and Gurdeep live weekday mornings from 5 to 9.
Only on 98.1 CHFI.
Toronto's perfect music mix.